Welcome back, Khonius here. Today I'm flying from McCook Airport to Denver International Airport. I'm flying a Beechcraft King Air 350i. I will set a flight level of 10,000 feet in the cabin. And let's go ahead and get started. So let's set that flight level at 10,000. Alright. Take off the parking brake and let's get started. Thought I saw a little lightning flash over to the right. I think the weather forecast said lightning. Air feels pretty calm. There was a flash. Okay, lift off. Alright, let's just climb for a bit. Landing gear up. Flaps up. Take a peek outside for a moment.
Denver Center KH459er is type Beechcraft King Air 2 miles northwest of Kilo Mike Charlie Kilo 2,900 feet. Request flight following.
Okay, we should begin speeding up. I'm going to nose down a little bit.
Squawk 1625.
Start turning into heading.
Squawk 1625 KH459er.
Thought I heard some thunder, possibly.
KH459er radar contact 3 miles northwest of Kilo Mike Charlie Kilo 3,800 feet. Altimeter 30.10.
Roger KH459er.
Okay, finally starting to climb or gain some speed. Going to keep turning into the heading until we get those lines lined up. That was a beautiful lightning bolt I just saw in front of me. Okay, let's just turn a little more.
Southwest 1707 Denver Center, continue as planned.
So I'm flying at a normal, higher than normal flight level because we're going to Denver, which is a mile up. I don't know exactly what I'll encounter in terms of mountains, but we'll see once we get there. Maybe maybe I need to be going the other direction to line those lines up. Maybe that's the problem. Another lightning flash. Yeah, the lines seem to be getting further apart rather than closer together. Now I think they're starting to get closer together. Ground looks really interesting there below us. Not sure what's responsible for all those ridges, but that looks very interesting. Some more lightning. Somewhere behind us, I think. Okay, the lines are starting to converge, as I was hoping for. So I can start turning back in the direction of the heading. Can't really see very much from in here with all the fog. But it looks like we're now on the proper course, for the most part. I might need to do some more correcting and get the autopilot to take care of that. Okay, I think I should have started my turn a little sooner and swept around and nailed the line, but that'll just take practice. So I've got to correct that again. I'll just go ahead and do that.
Frontier Flight 536 Heavy Denver Center, continue as planned.
Autopilot seems to do a pretty good job of not overcorrecting or undercorrecting, but I could really use the practice myself. Okay, well, I think this is going to be close enough.
KH459er contact Denver Center on 132.5.
Going to 132.5, KH459er. Denver Center, KH459er, 7,500 feet.
Alright, let me engage altitude navigation control, autopilot.
Continue as planned.
I now know the keystroke to turn off the yaw damper without having to go press that button. I looked up a few other keyboard commands like drone speed, drone follow, and some other stuff. How to start the engine. I could have used that once during flight when I accidentally shut the engines off. Alright, let's go outside and look around. Grab my Xbox controller. Very careful. You have to be very careful not to press any of the buttons and only use the right joystick in this mode. Alright, well, it's a nice shot. Despite the earlier lightning, this seems like a pretty nice day. I think we're basically leaving that weather system behind us. Wow, that was just in time to see that lightning flash. It's kind of a cool shot. Alright, I wouldn't mind exploring with the drone a little bit. So let's switch. And let's stay connected to the plane. Let's speed up substantially. Not sure why it's way over here. Alright, let's see what's going on down here. Just some kind of a lake. It's kind of interesting to see what the land looks like. See a bunch of trails and whatnot here. Feels like the geography just gets more and more interesting the further west I go. I don't know why exactly. It felt like the opposite was true going eastward. Or I guess not the opposite, but the same sort of situation where the geography looked less and less interesting as I went east. I'm not sure why. It's obviously just my own personal opinion. Maybe the game developers spent more time on the west side of the US or something. These must be agricultural plots of some kind. I always kind of like these circular irrigation things. I don't know, can we actually see the equipment? No, that wouldn't be there. Just the shadow of it on the ground. Spinning around irrigating. That's kind of nice. This should be a golf course if it's not. Looks like a golf course almost. Okay, let's go check on the plane. I think we can throttle up a little bit more. Just have to watch these dials over here. But we could afford to go a little faster. We have a long trip. Let me see how far I can push these up before things start complaining. Okay, that's probably maybe a little bit more. Okay. It's probably about what I can do there. Alright, back to the drone. Let's see, let's head back up a bit. Not sure where we are in relation to the plane.
KH459er, contact Denver Center on 132.7.
Going to 132.7 KH459er. Denver Center KH459er 10,000 feet.
KH459er, Denver Center, altimeter 29.88, continuous planned.
A little bit of lag there or something. Felt like I heard weird radio interference in the background also on the radio, which would make sense if they're trying to go for realism. Or almost like people talking in the background. It sounded a little weird, actually. This is interesting, this little circular pattern over here.
United 560, contact Denver Center on 132.5.
It's obviously just another one of those irrigation things, but it looks interesting from afar. It looks like they're piecing together images from different times, or maybe they reused the land for something. Yeah, I'm fascinated by all these little mini mountain ridges. Anyway, let's go back to the plane. Look around here for a bit. Alright, well that was interesting, seeing all those views. Let's see, the overhead view is always kind of nice. They must drag the same irrigation rig around between different sites. I mean, unless they stay there all the time. Looks like a Pac-Man there. That's really funny. See if I can find any more Pac-Men and Pac-Women. Don't really see any. Go back inside. Maybe pull back on the view a little bit. I kind of like this particular view. Let's see. Okay, that did something with the plane, so I gotta be careful. Okay, I know what I'm forgetting, which is I use the keyboard. There we go. Haven't hit the barometer in a while, a little bit of a correction there. Okay, I think we're still good. Autopilot's still engaged despite my hitting the flight stick for a second. Really have to be careful with the Xbox controller.
KH459er, contact Denver Center on 132.7.
I think playing the game solely with the Xbox controller is going to be a little hard because there's times when it's dangerous to hit certain buttons. So, anyway, you better play with the stick. Let's look around a little bit here. I wasn't sure if it would return me to my same view. It kind of did, except zoomed in a little bit. Boy, if you really want to see the battery voltage up close. Alright, well anyway, kind of silly. Kind of like this Wheels Up livery, although it looks a little rushed. See errors like, I don't know, there's some kind of a seam here. If you go outside, if you look on a certain side of the plane, the wording is backwards. So there's wheels up there. And around the other side, it's backwards. So, not really sure why. Seems like that'd be easy to fix. Reset the view. We have a ways to go still. Alright, well, that was kind of fun. Reset the view on the drone. Always makes me a little dizzy. So not much to do at this point except kind of look around a little bit more. Everything kind of looks the same. Seeing a few more of those interesting ridges. I feel like there was some kind of civilization back there somewhere. Could take the drone and go explore that, but I'm more interested in what's ahead. So what I don't know is what altitude I should be at to land. And so Denver's at something like 5,500 feet, and they put the landing pattern up another 2,000. That would say 7,500 feet. I'm at 10,000 now. At some point when I get closer, I'll start descending to maybe 8,000 and see where that gets me. Meanwhile, enjoy some coffee from the pilot's thermos. Perhaps a modern-day equivalent of a cigar. Probably strictly prohibited by the FAA. See a little bit of civilization down there. I suppose I could go take a look at that for fun. Okay, so let's see, drone mode. And tab should turn off follow. Okay, it did. And then speed should be F5 and F6, and so I don't know, I'm hitting F6, I don't know what effect that's having on my drone speed, but let's see. It seems very slow, so let's go up and fix that. Oh, it went up tiny amounts, alright, well, not too helpful. I guess if you need to make micro adjustments. Should check on the plane really quick, just making sure the throttle doesn't go into the red. Alright, so this just must be people living at the farm, processing stuff or whatever. Some little village.
Denver Center, United 1105 is at flight level 270, descending 10,000 feet.
Interesting little deposits here.
United 1105 Denver Center, continuous
Some kind of ponds, I guess. Okay, well, that wasn't super interesting, but worth seeing.
Denver Center Southwest 2886 is at flight level 280, descending 10,000 feet. Southwest 2886 Denver Center, continuous plan.
I noticed our altitude varying a bit more than I was expecting. Okay, I just readjusted the barometer.
132.5, American 1316.
I think it's time to descend to 8,000, so let's go ahead. Now, there's a way to get to instrument views. Let's see. Can I do that? There we go. Alright, let's set this to 8,000. And then off and back on. And that should start descending. I'm going to dethrottle because we're going to go too fast. So I'm at halfway point now. Let's go back to the default view. I'm going to go outside. Okay, so we're now descending to 8,000 feet. We're descending a little fast. I could try to adjust that descent speed to something more comfortable. There we go. So I was able to do that with the Logitech panel. I don't think we need to descend quite so fast. One thing I don't know about my Logitech panels is how to turn the engines on and off. I haven't figured that out yet. I couldn't find any documentation online for Flight Simulator. Maybe I should look it up for a different simulator and see if it gives some clues. Okay, so pull back. Let's see. Let me do my overview look. Oh, I decreased the vertical speed by accident. Let me set that back to 500. Alright. Alright, so I've got to be careful to use only the right stick inside with the Xbox controller, but then I can look around a little bit. It'd be nice if you could zoom in from the controller. You have to use the mouse wheel to zoom in, at least as far as I can tell.
Exeget 644 contact Denver Center on 132.7. 132.7 for Exeget 644.
Okay, I think we've leveled off. We're starting to go a little slow. I'm going to throttle back up.
Denver Center, American 179er is at flight level 340, descending 10,000 feet.
Alright, so let's set the engine back to where it was.
American 179er, Denver Center.
Just keep an eye on these dials. And the actual airspeed. It's hard to know how far you can push the engines. They'll suddenly alarm if they get too hot, so I think that ought to be good. We'll try that.
Going to 132.5 southwest 329er 2.
Suppose I could scout ahead with the drone a little bit.
Contact Denver Center on 118.475.
Can't really tell where the airplane is. I'm just going to go ahead and reset the drone. There's no sense of how high off the ground you are when you're using that thing. Alright, go back to the external view. And go back inside. Let's see if we see anything interesting to check out from here. So apparently there's another plane close by, and the co-pilot spotted it, reported it to that they had seen it to traffic control.
Denver Center, American
I don't see it.
1756 is passing flight level 350,
I wonder if it would show up on the VFR map.
American 1756 Denver Center, continue as planned.
Oh, right there, yeah. We're not too far away from entering the Bravo airspace, I guess, probably. Started today with lightning and we're ending it with beautiful, bright, sunny weather.
Denver Center United 1136 is passing flight level 310, descending 10,000 feet. United 1136 Denver Center, continue as planned.
Do a barometer check again. So I guess this must be our true airspeed, 269 knots versus 235. I don't know if that represents a tailwind or a headwind, depending on how you look at it. And I don't know, again, if my altitude's good, but assuming the airport's at 5,500 or so, plus 2,000. Oh, what happened? I guess a gust of wind or something. Interesting. Had some kind of vertical shear. Anyway, I think we'll be okay altitude-wise.
24.9er, 5KH459er. Denver approach KH459er, 8,000 feet.
Okay, I feel like I need to start dropping speed now. We're actually pretty close to the airport. So I'm going to pull the throttle back to the 50% point to start. Interesting patterns on the ground here.
Frontier Flight 459er, you are 12 miles southeast. Climb and maintain 10,000 feet. Expect vectors ILS runway 25 approach.
Keep thinking they look like hard drive disks or something.
Climb and maintain 10,000 feet. Expect vectors ILS runway 25 approach Frontier Flight 459er.
Alright, when I get a little closer, I'll put the flaps down part way.
KH459er, contact Denver approach on 128.25.
128.25 for KH459er.
So you can put the flaps part way
Denver
down
approach KH459er,
as long as you're
8,000
202 or less, according to this.
KH459er, Denver approach altimeter 29er.8.
So when I get about 20 out, I will do that. Put the landing gear down. Almost looks like fog on the ground there when those satellite photos were taken. Yeah, this view feels just a little bit too... okay, that's better. It felt a little bit too scrunched. I don't know if I can tell my altitude above ground or not. No idea. Might have to be closer to the ground to find out. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put the flaps down part way. That will begin slowing us down. There goes an airplane on our upper left, Southwest Airlines. You see it reflecting occasionally as it goes by. I'm gonna go ahead and let's see. Actually, what does it say about when you can put the gear down? In the 180s. Okay, so I think I should be okay putting the gear down. And I'm going to dethrottle. And let's get down into the white line where we can put the flaps all the way down.
Denver approach KH459er. Request clearance to transition Bravo airspace.
KH459er, Denver approach. Cleared through the Bravo airspace.
Alright, I'm gonna disengage autopilot.
Cleared through Bravo airspace KH459er.
Put the flaps down all the way. Bring the throttle back up. The air's actually pretty stable. That's just me not used to the controls. Okay, we do need to be going faster. So let's get that engine up. Trying to keep us pointed right at the horizon line. Of course, I don't know where the landing pattern is going to show up, but we'll find out momentarily. We've dropped below our original target altitude. That's what that chime was telling us. And it's actually easier to control it from inside than outside. It used to be the other way around because I was used to playing video games, but if you're really trying to control an airplane, this feels easier from in here. Okay, co-pilot is going to contact them. I'm a little off course. Of course, I don't know where the landing pattern entrance is going to be, so it could be anywhere.
Denver Tower KH459er is 11 miles east, 7,500 feet with India to land.
KH459er Denver Tower. Altimeter 29.85, wind 064 and 4. Fly straight in runway 26.
Make straight in runway 26 KH459er.
Oh, perfect. Wow, that very rarely happens. I don't want to lose any more altitude, so I'm going to level off here a little bit. I feel like there must be a headwind, and that's why I'm not going as fast as I expect to go. I can't really push the engines up anymore, but I can start descending. Okay, as we're getting closer to the ground, I feel like I'm gaining some speed. Just had to nose down a bit.
Clear to land runway 35 right number 2 Aeromexico 658. Frontier flight 459er exit
Too fast. Okay, so let's go to halfway on the throttle, see where that gets us. As I get more experience flying, I can feel the control surfaces having less authority at the lower speeds. I become more sensitive to that. It seems like that's a really critical skill to be able to develop.
Clear to land runway 26. Frontier flight 459er, turn next taxiway.
Okay, I'm going to dethrottle a bit.
Clear to land runway 26 KH459er.
Keep the nose on the right trajectory. Keeping the runway in sight. Keeping it centered.
Aeromexico 658, go around.
And drop the throttle a little bit more.
Frontier flight 459er, turn next taxiway.
little bit more down on the throttle. And a little bit more up on the elevators. Okay, down again on the throttle. Okay, I'm going to drop the throttle all the way down at this point. I think we should be okay. Try not to pitch too much. Or that's not pitch, that's roll, I guess. Okay, we might be just a tad short, but I think we'll be okay. We're hovering. Yeah, I think we're actually fine. Okay, I'm going to keep hovering as long as I can here, and then the wheels will hit the brakes, get the nose down.
Frontier flight 459er, contact ground on 119er.475.
Alright, and let's pull over here to the side. Flaps up.
KH459er exit runway when able.
Alright, we're going to be able right now. Get that differential braking.
475 Frontier flight 459er.
Alright, a little crazy turn, but that's fine. Alright, let's come to a stop, put on the parking brake.
119.475 KH459er.
Contact ground.
Ground KH459er taxi to parking.
KH459er taxi to general aviation parking by taxiway Romeo 4 Romeo 8 Echo Lima Zulu November Mike Sierra Charlie.
Taxiing to general aviation parking using taxiway Romeo 4 Romeo 8 Echo Lima Zulu November Mike Sierra Charlie KH459er.
Okay, sounds like it's going to be a little crazy, but let's get started. Parking brake off. And
KH459er
let's
position caution other
hold
traffic.
position. Okay.
Hold position KH459er.
Okay, where is this other traffic? Yeah, I don't see any other traffic. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and go, because there's obviously nothing there. I think if I pull back my view, this might be a little easier. Yeah, this is a taxiway, not a runway, so I can't be interfering with somebody's landing, and there were no vehicles around anywhere. Okay, I'm going a tad fast, slow down.
Ground Frontier flight 459er, request taxi to the gate.
Frontier flight 459er taxi to gate Alpha Tree 7 using taxiway Papa 6 Papa Echo Charlie cross runway 17 right Echo Charlie Alpha November.
Okay, I was going a bit fast there, but that's okay.
Taxiing to gate Alpha Tree 7.
I love the curvature of the grass here. It looks like the... Wow, the 3D data looks like it's really good. Again, too fast. It's really easy to go too fast. There's probably something I can do with the propeller pitch maybe to cut the power down, but I don't want to mess with that until I know what I'm doing. I did figure out how to do reverse thrust, so they can help you out in certain situations. Boy, this just goes on and on. I know this is a huge airport. I've landed here before in person. I mean, not as a pilot, obviously as a passenger. Oh, sorry. Okay, slow down. I was distracted by a warning on my audio recording computer. I think it's McAfee wants to restart the computer. But anyway, it's still recording just fine. I'm supposed to hold again. I don't see any traffic around. So, I mean, I do want realism and whatnot, but if there's nobody around, it's silly to stop and wait, in my opinion. It's just a game.
KH459er, continue taxi.
I wonder if it's going off of data.
KH459er, hold position, caution, other
Oh,
traffic.
come on, really?
Hold position KH459er.
I'm just gonna keep going. If I see something, I'll stop. I just sort of wonder if it's going off of data about where things are on the tarmac, but not rendering anything there, so we can't see it. At least there should be something there.
KH459er, continue taxi.
Thank you. I did.
Roger KH459er.
Okay, a little bit of a sharp turn. Wow, okay. It's crazy. This airport's like a maze. Oh, there's a big airplane there, Southwest Jet or something. Whoa, okay, I'm not focusing on safe taxiing, which is what I should be focusing on. This is just going on and on. Maybe when I'm picking the destination, I should check the see how close the runway is to general aviation parking. This feels really fast to be taxiing at that speed. I'm anticipating a stop and hold order with this giant airplane in front of me.
KH459er, hold position, caution, the generic on the taxiway.
Okay.
KH459er, continue taxi.
Alright.
Roger KH459er.
It was a little premature, but I think it'll work out alright. I know the game's trying its best. Am I ever going to get to parking? Oh, I see. It's somewhere over there. Okay, still quite a ways away. I should send a drone up and get an overview of what this airport looks like.
KH-459er, hold position, caution, other traffic.
And I think it was... It meant to tell me that before I passed that intersection. I think it was related to that intersection because there's nothing ahead of us here. But the going too fast on the taxiway is a good reason to put your flaps up as soon as you land, because you could easily end up getting swept up in a gust of wind. We'll get there eventually. This must be the most boring part of the flight, is the long taxiing. I like my flight videos to be real time, so I don't like to go back and edit this kind of stuff out. But it does seem a little long. Alright, I think we're getting closer, hopefully. I don't know if we're supposed to still be stopping and holding or not. Kind of lost track, actually. Alright. Picking up some speed here downhill. Yeah, this part seemed a little boring in the game. I wonder if it would be as boring in real life because you're actually out in an airplane. Oh, there's something right there in my way. Okay. I will go around it, hopefully.
KH-459er, continue taxi.
Continue, okay. Well, I did that a long time ago.
KH-459er, hold position, caution, other traffic. KH-459er, continue taxi.
Yeah, those messages are obviously
Position KH-459er.
obviously delayed. Okay, this part I want to do from the inside for simulation purposes. Let's get this slowed down and turning. Okay, I don't know why I can't just turn right into it. That would be easier. Alright, parking brake on. And start the engine shutdown sequence. I would like to go outside though, and use the drone. Let's reset it and fix the speed. Alright, so let's get an idea of how big this place is. Yeah, it's enormous. See these other planes coming in and out. Kind of interesting to actually watch a bunch of traffic sometime. Southwest flight taking off. Thought I heard geese there. Alright, well anyway, this is the Denver airport. Don't know if there's anything else worth seeing here. This looks a little on the fancy side. I think this was one of the airports that was hand designed. Yeah, looks really interesting. Can you go in here? Not really. It'd be nice if you could. I think I see cars just sort of driving down the wall. That's pretty strange. Okay, I guess they can't figure out how to navigate that parking lot or something. Very strange. If I can find a particularly odd view of the cars. I don't know. Anyway, let's reset this on the plane, go back inside. And turn off the plane. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video.